Family. Okay. Making a video because I was told to make the video. I don't want to make this video. I don't want to be on video at all today. But I have to be obedient and make the video. So this rising. I wasn't sure if I would make a video at all, for real. I'm not feeling like it. But as I was spending time with the Most High, I was told to make a video about who's your source. I'm reading. I had to write some stuff down. It says you can't be happy when you allow money or people to be your source. What does that mean to me today? So I guess all of my life, really, someone else was my source. When I was really young, it was whoever I lived with. When I started moving in with my dad, of course, it was my dad. Then after I moved in with my dad, um, because of the money that he had, let me tell you a story one time. One time, my dad used to cash checks. When I was younger, a lot of people didn't trust banks, so they wouldn't put money in the bank. So most people did not have a bank account. So if they wanted to cash their checks, it was very expensive. So my dad started cashing checks at his job. He worked at a plant called Whitco Chemical. It was on 3rd Street in Paterson, New Jersey. It was a huge, huge factory. And he would set up a table outside, like in a parking lot, kind of, and it would be a line because it would be pretty much the whole building that would come and he would cash their checks. So when it was time for cashing checks, he used to go to the bank and get money so that he can cash their checks. And his time, he said he came back from the bank and he always would count his money. He would count it about 5, 10 times just to make sure his count was right. And he called me in his room and he said, I want to show you something. And he had $50,000 sitting out on the bed. It was just all over the bed in tens, 20s, fives. No, 10, 20s, and 50s. And I'm just looking at it. And he said, that is $50,000. Oh, I was probably about 10. He said, I don't want no man to ever show you more money than I can. Okay. I wasn't like, I didn't know what he expected me to feel or think about it. Like $50,000. Okay. So I seen $50,000 spread out on the bed before. Okay. Now, have I ever seen that amount of money again? No. Um, and like I said, I've said in other videos, when I was in 3rd grade, I got $100 a week for an allowance, and I got $500 every 2 weeks. It was either every 2 weeks or once a month for clothes. I can't remember. I think it was once a month. He would give me $500 a month for clothes, for my clothing allowance, and $100 a week just for me to spend. Now I'm in the third grade. What the heck am I gonna do with $100 a week? Candy store. Everybody. I buy everybody candy. Everybody. Cause I got plenty of money. Come on with it. We could all get candy. And when I was a kid, you could buy a lot of candy with $1. So with $100, my friends were lined up because I'm paying for it. I felt important because I could do that, you know? So I started having a really bad um, connection with money. I saw how it made people respond and how they act, and I liked the power of it all. So when I got old enough, um, I wouldn't talk to you unless you had some money. And most of the men that I would talk to, they were pharmaceutical reps, street pharmaceutical reps. Educational purposes only, please. This is for educational purposes only. um, because, they were the ones with a lot of money. And I learned early on, dealing with my dad and just dealing with men on the street and stuff, that people with a lot of money treated you a certain way. My father had a friend. He was pretty much the only friend he had. He was this really, really skinny man, just tiny. He was not short, just skinny. Like he was like a string bean. But he loved heavyset women. He loved them. Um, Now, my father would have his friend do a lot of things for him because my father wasn't knowledgeable about a lot of things. So he had his friends, do stuff for him, and he'd pay you. Money wasn't an object. In the 70s, making 150 to $200,000 a year, that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money. Um, so he would have all kind of people around because they wanted that money. They treated him like trash. And it was amazing to watch how people will accept it because they wanted that money. So I was learning things, I was learning, but it wasn't sticking at the time. Um, I remember his friend, he had, like I said, he loved obese women. Um, and my father this was his wife, and my father would talk terrible, terribly, excuse me, about this woman. He would say the Gosh, I couldn't believe the things that man would say about his friend's wife to his face. And that man just sat there and he took it because he knew before he left my dad's house, he gonna have $1,000, $2,000 in his pocket. But he accepted that disrespect so that he can get money. So I started realizing, it took a minute, that I was doing the same thing when it came to the men that I dealt with. Put up with their BS so that I can get their money. I degraded myself so that I can get their money. And here's the thing I realized, it was never enough. It was never enough. It wasn't worth me allowing them to do and say and treat me the way that they were so that I can have some money. It took a long time for me to feel worthy enough to say, I'm done with this. But I didn't understand or know about allowing the Most High to be your source. I didn't know what that was. I'd never heard of that actually. So when you allow money to be your source, you'll do anything for it. I learned that for money. Being with men that I would never have been with otherwise for money. Earlier in my life, my dad was my God. That's what I used to call him. I literally used to say that he is my God. And I meant that growing up because anything I wanted, he would give it to me. This was before I moved in with him. So early on, I was allowing people and money to be my source. It didn't get me far. If anything, I was more depressed and my self esteem was just crumbling and crushing under the weight of allowing a person or money to be my source. I didn't have any money. I didn't know how to function. Like it was frustrated. I felt like I wasn't me because I didn't have any money. But as soon as I got some money, oh, it's time to party. I'm excited. Let's have some fun. So money dictated my attitude, my temper, my feeling good about myself. It dictated everything. So if I didn't have it, I was nothing and I felt like it. I had it. I felt great. I had that power again. I felt like somebody. I stand up a little taller. So now that I'm learning the truth and I know the difference, the Most High is my source. And I'm gonna tell you why I didn't want to make this video because I don't I don't like the way I'm living. I really don't. But I'm not told to do anything else yet. I'm supposed to be where I am. And being in this house, I'm watching and I'm paying attention. And it's like, wow, I see the old me. You see people's temperature gauges around here because the money is funny. The young person that's here, he's her source. And I can see how unhappy she is. He does what he wants around here. Disrespectful. Treat you like a little peon. Because trust me, how he's getting his money, it's not a good. Now, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it ain't good. He's definitely not allowing the Most High to guide him and show him how to do anything or, follow the Most High. But the little crooked things that they're doing, and I say they because if you know what they're doing and you are benefiting from it, you're just as guilty. So the other day, whatever little crooked things that this person is doing, or a big sum of finances came their way. And they call their mom, tell their mom about all of this came. And I guess the mom asked, "Do you know where this came from?" And to hear this person say, "Yes, God gave this to me." Now today, when I hear that, I think, "Yep, he is definitely right about that. Definitely." But back in the day, if I'd have heard that, I see why people are so confused, because people say God, 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 and everybody, even in the churches, they're God, God, God. And if my pastor wouldn't have told me some years ago that a God can be anything, I wouldn't have believed that, because I felt like when you hear the celebrities, they want to thank God for all of the things because they just won an award and all the things that they've, the finances and stuff that they have. But now that I know the difference, see, that's the difference when you realize what truth is. To hear that person say, God gave me all of this. Today I'm like, you're right. The God of this world is giving you all of this. But what most people don't realize is that the God of this world will give you so much, but it costs a lot. Oh, a lot. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you everlasting life. It's gonna cost you your soul. Now, if people don't know no better, and they see and hear people like that, especially like the celebrities, thanking God, they're wondering why God ain't helping them like that. It's like, I pray, you know, I'm asking God to help me so that I can have this, that, and the other. Why God won't help me? I don't want that God to help me. But I know the difference today. Before I didn't know no different. I thought God was for everybody. It's the same God. No, 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 no. And like Pastor Kofi tells you all the time, if you don't believe me, look it up. A God can be anything you want it to be. Anything. This book right here could be my God. Money, people, objects can be your God. But the Most High, there's only one. And if you allow Him to be your source, things will be different. And again, it doesn't always go well either. Like, that's not how it works. So, because of the things that this person has done since they've been around, she's lost a lot. But she still keeps him around because now he's her financial source. It's like, if you ask me, this person has purposely done things so that it can be her financial source. And so now that he's her financial source, she walks around, she looks like she hates life. She looks bad. She doesn't look happy. She doesn't look healthy. And it hurts me so much. Pray for her. She don't understand yet. She's not there yet. And I'm praying that she does get there. Because to watch her allow this person to be her source, because he's the source, you know, we all are suffering here because it's what they want, you know, whatever he wants, and that's the way it is. It makes me so mad. I wish I knew truth earlier because I would have raised my children to know better. The more that she allows him to be her source, it's like she keeps losing another piece of herself and trying to talk to her and explain it to her. It really goes over her head. Excuse me. I pray that, you know, the videos, my books, my curriculum, something would, you know, start moving more so that I can help her better. And she maybe not allow him to be her source. And I'm not trying to be her source either. I just want to get her from the thumb of him. But the Most High said, if it's not him, it'll be another one. So he doesn't want me to help like that. He needs for her to come to him. But in the meantime, we all have to deal with the madness that goes on. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. We cannot allow people or money, objects, to be our source. It takes a little piece of you every second. And you lose yourself more and more, especially when it's a narcissistic person that's your source. As I always say, I don't really want these videos to be that long. But I pray that this video reaches exactly who it needs to reach. Pray that if it's just one person, that's all it needs, that I need somebody to know this, because when you allow the Most High to be your source, He doesn't degrade you. He doesn't harm you. He doesn't make you feel less than. Well, I'm going to go. uh, if you feel like it, please share, like it, subscribe, comment. Don't be rude, because I will block you. This is a safe space. If you just want to vent, You are welcome to do so. No judgment here. Just love and understanding. Because I've been there. So enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom, family.